Okay, I'm gonna make this a spliced episode, so hopefully it comes together. As I was saying, taking the guy around town, just making sure he could go get his stuff. The fact that that was something that was unusual for him was depressing. That it's just I didn't even think twice about doing it. Not because I feel like I'm anything special. It's just I had the ability and I had the means. So why shouldn't I? And the next night, we saw each other several times, and really nice guy. Really enjoyed getting to know him. And since I'm not a big drinker, I volunteered to take him to the event and then back to the hotel afterwards because I didn't want him having to spend money on an Uber if he didn't have to. And we just got to chatting, and I really liked him. He's a nice guy. I'm really happy to be working in the same company as he is. But he said, talking about his 15-year-old daughter, that they were going to buy her a car. Either an old stick Porsche or an old stick VW Classic. And he said, yeah, we're kind of poor, not like my parents who, went on vacations and left us with a nanny, things like that. And it was just kind of at that moment, it hurt. Because the things he was describing are not poor. I mean, I know it's all relative. I get that. I know context is everything in situations like that. But that's not it. Poor is when you're not sure if you're going to have enough money to buy food. Poor is when you have to make a decision. Do you get gas or medicine? Poor is not going to the doctor because you can't afford what else they may find. Poor is snagging snacks from a conference and stuffing yourself at a conference because food like that isn't available. And it hit kind of hard. And I know it's all relative. And I know what I'm going through right now is probably it is of my own creation. Somebody said, my usual, I ask if anybody needs anything, and the typical response is, yeah, $1 million. And I keep saying, yeah, if I had $1 million, I'd probably give it away, or I'd share it. But if I had $1 million, I'd still be broke because I'd give it all away. And I know these issues are my own creation, and it doesn't make it any easier. My theater check that I'm going to be getting at the end of the month, I was hoping to be able to do something for myself. Of course, I was lying to myself, thinking that, because I know I'm not. I'm just going to put it in the bank and it'll get eaten up by bills and groceries and gas and things like that. And this isn't a poor, pitiful me, or at least I'm not trying to make it like that. It's just, just an issue, I guess, of perception and how people think of things. Sometimes I'm at a loss, and this may be one of those times. I'm gonna keep fighting, I'm gonna keep going, and yeah, I'll probably always be broke, But people around me are going to have food. They're going to have clothes. They're going to have medicine. Even if I may be, skating by myself, I'm gonna make sure everyone else is taken care of, because I don't know how else to be. So, anyway, I know it's kind of a downer, and I don't mean for that. I dislike the downer recordings, but I'm recording this as if no one's going to watch, and even if it's just for me to get this out and off my chest, I need it. Anyway, but because it's not all bad news and not all doom, I have figured out what I'm going to write next. It is going to be a sequel to the Steampunk Adventure, the Association of Steam-Powered Gentlefolk. Still working on a title, but it will be, the continuing adventures of. And I think I've got a pretty solid through line. The basic problem that's going to be approached. Now, solving that problem, we'll get there. But I've got a good idea where I'm going. And where I'm going is Mercury, Venus, Mars, and a little bit of Earth too. So we'll see how that goes, but I'm pretty deep into note taking. Going to do some research, get a little bit more information on some of the planets, because I'm not an astrophysicist or a space expert, but I want to try to make it, yes, steampunk, yes, kind of the Victorian era chapter books like the John Carter series, Edgar Rice Burroughs, things like that, without the colonialism and the imperialism. But a few things I want to try to explore, and a few themes I want to keep going. Anyway, it's enough for me today. Thank you all for listening. I appreciate it, and I will talk to everyone later. Bye.